Tunnels.
I've seen it myself.
Tunnels.
South Africa has funded a building for family planning. South Africa have funded a building for family planning. They have funded a building for they funded a building for speech therapy, which I've also seen. I've been to orphanages which have suffered from psychiatric problems. Why? Because they've seen their own mothers, they've seen their own fathers being shot right in front of them, being bombed right in front of them. You do not want to face the truth. That is the truth. If you do not want to face the truth, that is the truth. I'm sorry, but that is the truth. Can you agree that's the truth? You need to agree that's the truth. You're a police officer, you know that's the truth. Why?
What did they use it for?
When Israel was given the land, what did they do? They took, hold on a second. They took over it. They were given this square, but yet they took over it all around it. Why did they do that? Why did they take over the whole square? When Palestinians didn't want to leave their homeland, why were they killed? If I don't want to leave my house now, yeah, this man comes up to my house saying, right, get out. What do you want me to do?
What?
I have the right to defend myself. If someone comes knocking on my door telling me to get out of my own house, I have the right to defend myself. Whether it be officer, if someone's robbing my house now, yeah? No, I'm just asking your law here. No, if someone's being robbed now, am I allowed to defend myself? If I'm at gunpoint, am I allowed to defend myself?
You're allowed to use reasonable force.
Reasonable force. If they're using a gun, what do you want me to do?
And they're using stones, bro.
Exactly, they're using stones.
How's that reasonable?
Children are being put into room 4. Do you know what room 4 is? It's what the Israeli military call it. Is that they're walking in 2 feet. You're walking in 2 feet. It's a room where where children walking in 2 feet, and the Israeli military make them walk out on their own hands. That's why I call room 4, because they've got 4 legs. Can you tell me that? Go on, what can you say about that? Why are children being arrested? Why are children being arrested? Why are children being arrested? Why are children being killed in the Gaza Strip?
What did you use the campus for?
What? Answer me that. Answer me that. You answer me that, and I'll answer you that. You tell me that. I'm asking you a question. What? They're using it for building infrastructure.
I'm sorry.
Yes, they did.
They use it.
Yes, they did. So
Sorry, you don't.
it's their land though. Okay, look, if whether they did it or not, they had the right to build it. They had the right to build it. Who is Israel to say you can't do this? Who is Israel to say they cannot build in their own land?
Have you been there? Have you been there? Have you been there?
You're not being to the Gaza Strip. Israel is a terrorist state. Alright, going back to my question, what does terrorism mean? Alright, okay. What does terrorism mean?
What does terrorism mean?
Yeah. You tell me what terrorism means. I'll tell you what the Oxford Dictionary, what they teach in schools, yeah? What does terrorism mean? Go on. I had the same conversation with my teacher. What does terrorism mean? Inflicting terror for a political reason. Who is it that gets involved in politics? Can someone tell me who gets involved in politics? What is in a government? A government who deals with the politics of the country. Now, what is the Israeli government doing? They're getting involved in the country, in the politics of the country. So doesn't that make them terrorists? Because they're inflicting terror. They are inflicting terror in the Gaza Strip for a political reason. So that obviously, they're targeting innocent civilians. So that obviously makes them terrorists. It does make them terrorists. It makes them terrorists. Now, none of these... What? Hamas has a right to defend itself. Before Hamas was born, before Hamas was created, were Palestinians being killed. Were Palestinians being killed before Hamas were born? Yes, they were. You're an Israeli. You're Jewish. You're Jewish, aren't you? You're Jewish. You just admitted that. Thank you very much.
Excuse me. In 1920,
Yeah.
in Hebron,
Yeah.
Jewish mob on the lead of the Mufti of Jerusalem
Yeah.
massacred 67 Jews in 1920, 20
Who
years
did?
before Israel even existed.
Who did?
Why was that?
Who did?
A Muslim mob.
A Muslim mob, right? Holocaust, Nazi, attacked them. I feel sorry for those that were killed in the Holocaust. But during the Ottoman Empire, when the Jews were getting persecuted in Europe, who was it that took them on? Who was it that took on the Jews during Europe? It was the Ottoman Empire. Who was the Ottoman Empire? They were Muslims. So how can you tell me Muslims are this and that? If they kill people for no reason, I'm sorry, but they are not Muslims. They don't have the right to be there. They're not Muslim. If they're killing innocent people, they are not Muslim. Without a valid reason, they are not Muslim.
ISIS are?
I condemned ISIS. Ask these, I condemned ISIS. I don't believe they should be in my name. Not in my name. Clearly not in my name. They could do whatever they want, but not in the name of Muslim. So yeah, I respect Hamas. I believe in Hamas. I respect them because I believe that they have the right to defend themselves. Just like Israel has a right to defend themselves, do you believe that? I'm entitled to my own opinion. Can you agree with that?
No.
Yes, you can. Because that, so
Do you think Israel would send rockets if Hamas were sending rockets?
before Hamas was created, this is what no one can answer me. Before Hamas was created, were Palestinians being killed? He admitted that. Yes, they were. So whether Hamas is there or not, Palestinians were being killed. So whether Hamas is there or not, it won't make a difference. Hamas has the right to defend themselves. Fatah in government in the West Bank area. Why is it illegal? Why is it illegal settlements in the West Bank area? Why isn't Fatah saying anything? Tell me why. But is there any settlements in the Gaza Strip? Tell me why.
Because we gave it to you in 2005 and look at the dump you made it into.
2005. Yeah.
2005 we gave
When was Hamas brought in? When was Hamas brought in? When was Hamas?
And look what you did to it.
Well,
Look what you did to it.
Gaza's too small, mate. If you followed the 1967 United Nations plan, if you followed the 1967 United Nations plan, yes, we could have made it into the Bible, no doubt. I could shake your hand on that.
Look at the shithole you made it.
You don't really want it. It's a bit too small.
It's like that. Israel is not acting with the humanitarian human rights. They're not abiding by international law. They're using illegal weapons in the Gaza Strip, such as white phosphorus. Classic example, 2008 to 2009. Don't believe me? You can ask any BBC News, even though they're biased. You can ask Al Jazeera, Russian TV. You can go to anyone. You can even go to David Cameron. He'll tell you, even though he's an Israeli supporter, he'll tell you, yes, they did use white phosphorus. What is white phosphorus? It's a chemical weapon, illegal chemical weapon, that when it comes in contact with your skin, it will burn straight through. If you're to survive from it, I'm sorry, but you will die from cancer. It's a deadly cancer. If not, you're lucky. But do you know what? You'd rather die. Can you tell me why did Israel use white phosphorus on schools? In this current war, why did Israel attack the United Nations school, which United Nations themselves have come out publicly and said, we have said to the Israeli army 33 times our coordinates, yet they still bomb the school where there's innocent women and innocent children. Why did Israel bomb that school? Why? The United Nations themselves have said it. The United Nations themselves have said 33 times that there's innocent children in there. Free! 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 Israel's a terrorist state! Shall we go down there?
Fucking hell.
Get in there, go on, Puffy.
Never thought you like that. Fucking hell.
Do it again! Go on, give us another shot!
Oh, he's saying it.
Yes! Go on, Jason, shout, yeah?
Genocide is wrong!
Gaza, Gaza, don't you cry!
Palestine will be free!
Free! Free! Palestine! Free! Free!
We are all
Palestinians, we are here! We are here, all Palestinians! In our millions! Palestinians! Thousands in our millions! Oh, Palestinians! In our millions! Palestinians! In our millions! Palestinians! Palestine! 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 You got to enjoy!
I don't see all them people that were not here.